Hi, my name is Darren and I'm here on behalf of Trade Classics, and today we're going for a ride in Tim's 1987 Mercedes 300 SL. Tim, would you like to tell me why you're selling the car?
Yeah, earlier on in the year I had to have an operation on my right foot and on my Achilles, so it's limited my movement. And as you know, having a sports car, you're lying more flat and pushing away with the tips of the toes on the accelerator, and unfortunately I've been finding it difficult to drive the vehicle, and so reluctantly I'm looking at having to give up on one of the loves of my life.
And how long have you owned the car for?
I've just owned it now just over 10 years, and it's been off the road, it's been garaged for a number of years because I was working overseas, so it was on sawn for I think around about 3.5-4 years.
And why did you buy the car, and what attracted you to the car in the first place?
I was looking, I wanted to invest in a car and have a look at it. I love Mercedes anyway, and I went to look at a model that was older than this actually, but this was sort of like pushed to one side, and I just saw it and fell in love with it, and I thought, I've got to have it.
It's the car for you.
Yeah,
it had your name on it.
Yeah.
Do you take the cars to shows or do you use it for road trips?
Mainly road trips. Just recently I went to just visiting. I dropped in onto a trade show, and I parked in the car park, and people were saying, "You're in the wrong place. You should be on the field with the rest of the cars," which was a little bit of a compliment, which was great. And when I returned back to the car, there was quite a few people milling around it, having a look at it. So,
taking photographs and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, earlier on, while I was doing the consignment, it attracted a fair amount of attention. So there's definitely sparks some sort of emotion in people.
Yeah.
Do you maintain the car yourself, or do you take it to a specialist?
No, I take it to a specialist company that, as and when any work is needed on it, they look after it, and I've done for a number of years now for me.
And how many cars did you look into before you bought this one?
I'd actually been looking around, it must have been for around about 3 or 4 months. So I got the bug once I walked into a showroom and saw some of the classic cars. And then, as I said, because I love Mercedes cars, I then went looking more for Mercedes, and was fortunate enough to find this little beauty.
Perfect. What work has been carried out on the car during your ownership?
It took a long time for me to actually do something about it, just purely from the point of view, I was a little bit selfish and wanted to drive the car as much as I could myself. But last year, as I was overseas and I knew I was coming back, I had some body work done on it where there'd been a number of scratches, and they were there from when I actually bought the car. So it was just getting those creased out. One of the things with an R107 is the bubbling that could happen around the sills at the bottom. It was just starting to show a little bit of sign on that, so we had all that rubbed out and all done. So, and that really is the main stuff that's happened.
So it's cosmetic, really.
Yeah.
So what history and paperwork comes with the car?
We've got a number of MOT certificates, which are all evident. Going back until when I purchased the car. Now, unfortunately, prior to that, there wasn't any previous paperwork with it, which was a little bit disappointing. But so everything that has gone with the car since I've had it is there to go along with it. Yeah.
And finally, do you feel is there anything that needs doing to the car at all?
No, again, it drives beautifully. It starts first time. I just keep it when it's garage. Just keep it on a little trickle. It kicks in first time. If there's one thing that needs doing, it's got a little bit of a squeak on the brakes. But we're all getting a little bit old.
It's to be expected for the age of the car. That's brilliant. Thanks very much, Tim. And so for the next video, we're going to be doing an on-the-road video, driving the 1987 Mercedes 300 SL.